Oh shit. Did I wipe off my eyebrows? Hello. If this is your first time here, hi. I'm Lara Davenport, or others know me as Lady. Welcome. So this video is actually gonna be kind of like the story. So for those of you that don't know, I was selected by Inked Magazine to be a part of their feature called Inked Originals, where I get to tell my story of my tattoos. I get to show them. I get to talk about them. And so it's supposed to say tell our story. So not a lot of people know about me really. So I decided to make me a cute little intro video, and now here we are. So again, I'm Lady. I'm a tattoo artist out of Mount Pleasant, Michigan right now. And Mission Street for you local folks. So it's been kind of a ride. Let's start with the story, I suppose, where tattoos started to become my expression, as we all get tattoos for. So, goodness, and it all started when I was 20 years old, believe it or not. I was not the badass who got the tattoo in the basement of some story. I don't have that story. I have a very vanilla story. I was 20 years old and I paid professionally to get it done because I'm a good girl and I'll be that in my bones. So, and it was a good little Christian girl tattoo too. And it's still my favorite tattoo and I love it. And it's by my homie Angie Akimi. She did this buku year ago, but I still believe in that, and that's still one of my all-time favorite tattoos. He came, he died, he rose, he left, he's coming back. So it started there, and goodness, my second tattoo was just as small, but it was on top of my foot. I don't know if y'all could even see it. I won't zoom in on that either, but it's a word from my favorite book. When I read it, I was that age, so be mindful. Perks of being a wallflower. So I put infinite on my foot, thinking it was a fantastic placement. Hence why the rest of my feet are bare. But anyway, so from there, I started doing special things for me, that illustrated me at the time, because I only got 6 professional. I only got at this point, but like to some of you, I only had 6 of my tattoos that I got before I got into tattooing. So I was one of those that did my research and all of that. Like, I was that girl. I cared about where I wanted to wear and who I got them from. If I couldn't get in with my favorite, I had to figure it out. So I really started burning for tattoos so I've always been artistically inclined. I've been drawing for 30 years. I can say that because I vividly remember in elementary school doing the art and always just being like, goodness, when I was in 2nd grade alone, we were doing toothpick marshmallow creations, and I whole turn around here with a 3D star. Like, it was like, a star, but I made it 3D. Here I am in 2nd grade. This is my art project. Like, listen. So I've been doing that, I can say, for 30 years. And that ages me, and I realize that. And you know what? It is what it is. Here we are, 35 and strong. So, anyway, because I didn't even start tattooing until I was 30. And I made the decision, yep, this is what we're chasing after. Whole world shut down, not like I could do anything else. So I started giving myself them dreams, big old dreams. Like, you know what? Okay, So we dug deep. I was in fake skins, obviously, for as long as I could, and then jumped right into Yo Buddy. Went into a shop that I had no business going into. Started getting paid to do them. All above board, all real. Like, I was technically a professional at that point. I was under a license and all of the things were sterile. So here I went, digging out these very teeny tiny little tattoos where I shouldn't have been doing teeny tiny tattoos. And I pay for that now. Not so, like, learn from your own mistakes or learn from others. Learn from my mistake. Just don't. Anyways, I probably could have been making it, but then hit my first ever slow season. That's when things got real tough in my marriage. Things started blowing up. And I left. Long story short, it was better off. We were hurting each other. And I wasn't helping. He wasn't helping. Moving on. Since then, got my divorce. Probably lived a little too wild. And shouldn't have done that. But, you know, live and learn. Because I was running out of money now, at this point, because I was burning through it all, I needed to find the money. So, I moved to a new shop. Things really started looking up. But then I got in my car accident. By the grace of God, I only walked away with a concussion and a brain bleed. So recovering from that, I didn't have any saved up money to prepare me for at least a month of downtime in the middle of slow season. So I was losing everything. I lost my car, I lost almost my will to live. And by the grace of God, again, I was able to walk to work, to be able to maintain a level of survival. Because y'all, because I didn't have a car and I walked everywhere, in a matter of 3 months, I lost 60 pounds. Between 60 and 70 pounds. And that's when people started getting concerned about me, because it was such a short amount of time. Started asking if I was doing drugs and all that. No. Just simply trying to maintain a level of survival. So that was why I disappeared for a little while and literally was only tattooing to make bills. I was not tattooing for any other reason but to simply pay the bills. So, and then coming out, trying to find where the money went, because I went from Bay City then to Beaverton, back to Mount Pleasant, to end up at Mission Street. By the grace of God, to even have enough money to even feed myself. I came to Mission Street with literally nothing to my name. But finally, here I am. Tattooing was able to save me. Because I did need to be saved. I was at a point where I was just mentally done with it, spiritually done with it. But in losing it all, I was able to get everything back. Almost. I mean, I still need a place to live. But I have my own car that's plated, insured, and all of the things. And it's a good car. And it's mine. I have a cell phone that does the real cell phone things. Like being able to work when nothing else does. That does actually happen. The connectability that having a cell phone with proper service has done to me. Not necessarily that it's an everybody thing. But for me, having a cell phone on a plan, that was an achievement. And that was a win I absolutely take every day. So that's what these tattoos illustrate. They illustrate holding on. Holding on. And just being patient. Even the stories connected to them have required an amount of patience, whether literally or figuratively. So that's kind of it, you know? Like, all of these tattoos, they have this kind of voice to them. And it's because I've always been the silent one who never really spoke out. So I let my art do that for me. But this is my kind of, sort of guide to be able to tell the story now. Because I can talk now, and I can talk people's ears off, if you let me. Or you can just gaze at the tattoos. They'll tell you the story anyway. So it's officially open voting. So if you go to the link in my bio in my Instagram or my Facebook, it has a link right to my Inked Magazine profile for you to be able to go there and click a vote. Please do the thing. That's a little bit on my story for now. But I hope it inspires somebody. That's my biggest thing. I really want to inspire. I want to be able to, not for any other reason, but because I know what it's like to lack that ability to grasp at the optimism. So, hopefully I'm that one-of-a-kind video, one-of-a-kind person, one-of-a-kind story. That inspires you when you can't find it anywhere else. That's why I want this chance. So go vote for me, and I'll be talking to y'all over the course of the week so y'all can kind of understand a little bit more about this story they're asking me to tell y'all. So go and take a gander, and I'll see y'all in the next video.